let's take you now to the Eastern Cape. That's where we find my colleague Sipha Kema, who is at the Results Centre in Gqeberha for us this morning. Sipha, it's been described, the ANC's performance in these elections at least, as a bloodbath for the governing party, but that's very, very different in the Eastern Cape, where the ANC is leading the race insofar as the DA and the EFF is concerned. In fact, those two opposition parties are far, far behind the governing party.
Well, of course, Michelle, I mean, if you look at the Eastern Cape is a huge province, quite spread out. You look at the eastern part of that province, and you see that that is where actually majority of those big numbers are coming from. But the western part of the province, which starts from your Nelson Mandela Bay, your Gqeberha, going up, now that's a different case. This is where the Democratic Alliance is really having a bit of a scuffle with the ANC when it comes to the numbers. I mean, currently, looking at where we are in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, now, of course, Michelle, as we've always said, that this is one of the hotly contested metros or regions, rather. And the reason for that is that in the Eastern Cape, Nelson Mandela Bay is the economic hub of the Eastern Cape. While you may have your Bisho as more your political hub of there because of course, legislature being there, political officers being there, as well as government officers being here. But the official economic hub comes from the Nelson Mandela Bay for the Eastern Cape. So it is very important should any of these parties really want to take over the Nelson Mandela Bay. Now, our results here in the Nelson Mandela Bay are 100% complete, meaning they have been captured. 100% of those have been captured. Now, there was a bit of disruptions that occurred yesterday. They were meant to have been finished yesterday, but of course there were issues and disputes yesterday regarding certain wards where then they were recounted and recaptured, which was a process. So we've also been informed that those results won't be announced here. They will be forwarded, of course, to the main Eastern Cape Results Operations Centre, which is in East London, and then sent to the main rock where you are in Tshwane. Now, I just want to show you how many votes, the estimated votes that took place. About 526,000 plus votes actually took place, which is not far off from the expected, registered voters that were meant to come out in the numbers. So voter turnout wasn't that bad for the Nelson Mandela Bay. And also now looking at the results, Michelle, like there's a change now. Of course, we know in the beginning when counting and all the votes were being collated, that we saw that the Democratic Alliance was actually leading the pack, and then the ANC following very closely behind. But within a day, there was a bit of change to that, with the ANC taking over, but only managing not more than 2% from the DA. Now looking at the results, they're sitting at the Democratic Alliance leading really by just a few 0.13%, looking at 39%, and the ANC also at 39%. Now, the only difference, of course, is the point that is after 39.9%, 39.4%, and also the Democratic Alliance being ahead by only 2,564 votes, Michelle. Now, I mean, you're looking at that and looking at the results, comparing them to 2016, you'd see that the Democratic Alliance has actually declined by 6.8%, and the African National Congress has gone down by the 1.5%, a change from, the upward projection that they had, of course, of the 0.1% during the day. Overnight, anything can happen, as you've seen here. Now we are just waiting for the final verification process, so we all know then who takes the Nelson Mandela Bay. But one thing certain, Michelle, is that a coalition is definitely on the table.
Yeah, that's for sure, Sipha Kema. Coalition is the name of the game for the 2021 local government elections. Thanks very much for that roundup of your election results in the Eastern Cape. Sipha Kema, live to us there from Gqeberha.